guys, Rachybop here. Welcome to today's video, which is basically an Apple update, and this follows on from the event that Apple had on the 22nd of October. It's taken me so long to get around to doing this video, finding time to do it and everything else, so I'm sorry for the delay. I did watch the live blog of the Apple event online and I've noted down all the information so I can give it to you. You may or may not already know it already, but I'll also give my thoughts on some of it as well. Some of you have been chasing me for this video, so please don't hate if you're not, just don't watch it. Okay, so the first thing they talked about in the event was OS X Mavericks, which is the new operating system for the Macs. Personally, I'm not a Mac user. I have been in the past and I do love Macs, but I don't own one at the moment. But if you do, this will definitely be of interest to you because it is an upgrade that you can get. It does things like save credit card info, passwords, file tagging, directions from calendar appointments, which has all been done before. It's not revolutionary, but they are great additions to this new operating system. Also has handy new features that estimates how long it will take you to get to an appointment and can give you a reminder when you need to get going. Sounds kind of fun. It's integrated with new Maps app to give you turn-by-turn directions. Yeah, that was the end of the Mavericks demo. It was pretty quick. Mavericks is free, so get it if you have a Mac. This will even work if you're on Lion or still running Snow Leopard. It's a single-step update. It works on 2007 iMac, MacBook Pro, 2008 MacBook Air and MacBook and Mac Pro. And it's available now. It was available starting on the day of the event, the 22nd of October. So if you haven't got that yet, definitely get it. They then went on to talk up the 13 and 15 inch MacBook Pro with Retina display, both of which were getting updated on the 22nd. The new 13 inch Pro is thinner and lighter than last year's, which is pretty standard. New machines are running 4th generation dual core Haswell chips and Iris integrated graphics. Now get up to 9 hours of battery life as well. At least Apple are honest about their battery life, because even though sometimes things seem to drink a lot of juice, I think they're definitely improving. At least they're not like Kindle, where we have an advert in the UK at the moment where it says, where these people are trying out a Kindle and one of them's like, oh my goodness, 8 weeks, like the battery lasts for 8 weeks. And then in the small print it's like, if you use for half an hour every day. That's so stupid. Just tell us an honest direction of how long the battery lasts for. Saying 8 weeks is ridiculous. Maybe in the future, but not right now. Be honest, Kindle. Anyway, back to Apple. So, like I said, 9 hours of battery life as well, works for 9 hours of iTunes movie playbook, can watch the entire Batman trilogy in one charge. Probably not Lord of the Rings though, just saying. Now has a 812.11 AC Wi-Fi as well. Also Thunderbolt 2. The 15 inch runs on 4th generation Intel quad-core processor and Iris Pro graphics. And users can also upgrade to GeForce GT 750, get 8 hours of battery life and includes 802.11 AC Thunderbolt 2 and OS 10.9. Okay, now onto the Mac Pro, Apple's high-end redesigned tube machine. This is the future of the Pro desktop, so they went on to tell us more about it. They went through all the specs, which you'll be able to see on the Apple Store for any of the products that I'm talking about. AMD 5 Pro graphics, 528GB total bandwidth and up to 7 teraflops. Also up to 1TB capacity. And then they talked up the abilities of Thunderbolt 2, which we mentioned already in this video, including 6 devices tethered together. Can handle up to 3 4K displays, has single and dual input displays and supports HDMI 1.4. That's pretty impressive. Then they went over some of the stuff on the back of the machine, like Bluetooth 4, USB 3 and Thunderbolt 2. There's even a motion sensor that picks up when you're plugging something in and will light up the panels. That's insane. Again, check all the prices on your local Apple Store. So the new design of that is to take 70% less electricity than the previous generation model, and it's quieter too. So it's on par with the Mac Mini and made in the USA. So then they went on to talk about iLife, iPhoto, iMovie and GarageBand are getting reworked for iOS 7 and new versions of those 3 apps for the Mac as well. You may have already seen those updates. New in iPhoto for iOS is a new look that's black and grey instead of silver, also bookmaking for iPhoto for iOS. You can design books on your phone or tablet, then pay Apple to print it and send it to you. Onto iMovie, which also has a new look. It's a very new look. iMovie is something I use a lot on my iPhone to edit my daily vlogs. youtube.com/Rachybop's and I use it and it's so awesome, but it's so different now they've changed it. No more need to create projects or edit, you can just use the app to share your videos out to social networks. Another thing I've noticed as well with the update is it allows you to keep the slow-mo in your... If you do have an iPhone 5S, it allows you to keep the slow-mo, which is really good because before I was having to email it to myself and then re-download it onto my iPhone to put it into iMovie or whatever I wanted. There are some new effects like picture-in-picture on iOS, and on the Mac there's a new browser and special slow-mo controls for 120fps video capture on the iPhone 5S. Also new is a feature for iMovie called iMovie Theatre that takes clips you've made and puts them in a simple page that will sync up on iOS and on Apple TV via iCloud. Onto GarageBand, they cover this a lot, it's not something I use a lot. GarageBand is going from 8 tracks to 16 tracks. 64-bit devices like the iPhone 5S can handle 32 tracks. 14 more drummers and instruments can be added with an in-app purchase. Each of these drummers has a different style. They went on and showed some of those drumming styles in the event. All of the apps are free with the purchase of any new Mac or iOS device, which is a bummer if you're like me and you've already bought them. And all of those updates are going out today, as in on the day of the event. Okay, then on to iWork. Pages, numbers and keynotes have got reworked for iOS 7 and now completely rewritten for the Mac. iWork now has full file compatibility. Some new tweaks like content-sensitive keyboards on iOS, as well as an inspector on the side of the screen in the Mac app that puts contextual controls there based on what you're doing, which is kind of cool. Then onto Keynote, and they actually did the whole of the Apple event via Keynote. New features include more realistic physics with transitions, and the new sharing feature which lets you share documents through Apple's iWorks beta service online. New to iWork for iCloud is online collaboration, something to better compete with Google, Microsoft, etc. And you can even collaborate with friends who are stuck on a PC. Their words, not mine. So that's all free too. Okay, then they went on to announce the iPad Air. I'm sure you already know about this now, but let's talk about the iPad Air. 9.7-inch Retina display with narrower side bezel, 43% smaller. Now 7.5mm down from 9.4mm, 20% thinner. It now weighs 1 pound down from 1.9 pounds. Had a little lipo. It's the lightest full-size tablet in the world, and it has an A7 chip. This is the same chip that's in the iPhone 5S. It's 64-bit. It comes with M7 motion processor. It's 2 times the processor on the previous generation, and it's 2 times faster graphics. It's 72 times faster than the original iPad in GPU performance. New version gets 2 times increase in rendering, 2 times as fast as opening files, and it's also got MIMO wireless technology, but still using the 802.11n, not AC. 5 meg iSight camera, 1080p HD video, FaceTime HD camera with larger pixels, dual microphones and improved backside illumination on cameras. Boom. 10 hours of battery life. Comes in silver, white and space grey, not in gold. I don't think I would have liked it in gold. The iPad Air is shipping now. It started on November 1st, including China. And then they went on to talk about the iPad mini. Most requested feature was Retina display with this one, and that's what they've done. 2048 by 1536 pixel display but at 7.9 inches, also runs the A7 chip. Retina on the mini makes it even stronger alternative to the full-size iPad. It's 4 times faster than last year's model, 8 times faster at graphics tasks. It still gets 10 hours battery life, also has the MIMO Wi-Fi support. Also comes in black and white, arriving in November, but later in the month. And remember now, all these new models have come out, all the previous models have dropped in price, so assess your options before purchasing Christmas presents or for yourself. There's also new covers for the iPad and new versions of the iPad case for the Air and for the Mini. So that's it, that's all the info we learned from the event. That's all the Apple updates I've got to give you. So if you have purchased one of the products I mentioned, or if you're planning on purchasing one, if you've asked Santa for one, let me know in the comments your thoughts, your opinions, what you've learned, what you would like to know more about. Personally, I love the idea of getting an iPad, but I can't really find a need for one because the iPhone just does everything that the iPad does and more. The only thing would be the screen size. I think the iPad mini is more enticing to me. That's probably because I'm a girl and I like cute little things. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already to stay up to date, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye!